The mother loving movement is going, you guys. Hey, mother lovers. Today, oh, and by the way, I don't own the rights to this music, but it's my cousin's and he let me use it. So I'm good. Hey. So today, I have a really wonderful topic. It's the push present. Have you guys heard of that before? I've never heard of that until today. And it was like a dream come true. It was like magic. Yesterday, during the Mother Loving Movement first event, we actually talked about our dream of having this reality of this push present. So let me turn off this music. Just had to. Hey. Yes, and my cousin is Payback. Clinton Payback Sands. So shout out. Thanks, cousin. I love you. Mwah. He's the real deal. That's right. From LA. You know it. 11:55. Okay, so hey, my lovers, what's up? How's everybody doing? I am feeling so good. This new energy is like here. I am just receiving confirmation after confirmation. And today I received an incredible confirmation when I heard about this push present. And for those of you who've never heard of a push present, it is, well, let me explain what happened that brought it to my attention, and I'll get there. So I was watching Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he is a financial advisor, and he specifically deals with the Black community. Like he's, B1 Black people first, in case you don't know who he is. I really respect a lot of his views. And I really, I like to watch a wide range of perspectives. And even though I don't agree with everything he says, I do appreciate his perspective as being one of an elder. He's definitely not a fool. He's a smart man. And I appreciate, the things that he brings to the fore. But anyway, usually I appreciate his perspective a lot more. But I do appreciate that he even shared this information. And this information was that Gucci Mane gave his wife, who just had his child, the mother of his child, $1 million as a push present, which means as a present for succeeding in bringing his child into this world. For the birth, he gave her $1 million. And all I can say about that is hallelujah. What the hell? I mean, the fact that he gave her $1 million is incredible. And to me, the more the better. So, I mean, I give him kudos. He could make it 10 million. That's awesome, But just the concept of a push present is something that we need to incorporate into our culture as we create a new culture in the Mother Loving movement. We've established that this culture is patriarchal and it is designed to oppress women. It is. And as a seasoned elder, as a seasoned person, but a new elder, I can say from my life experience that it is a vacuum as far as appreciation for mothers. There's a real problem that we have in this world overall because of patriarchy everywhere, not just in America, but in America it's especially because there's no culture besides capitalism. And The real issue is that capitalism does not value, people for who they are. We're definitely not valued for what we offer or valued for what we have. And because mothers sacrifice themselves to the whole, it has created a situation where women are just beat down and oppressed, because now no one's even doing the opposite side of the work. We have women who are working full-time and being mothers and not receiving push presents, aren't receiving any pay for the ones who stay home. And these are things that need to be reversed. And so yeah, I was like, really, I could have gotten teary-eyed, seriously. To me, that is touching, that a Black man with a Black woman decided that instead of putting $1 million into a house to be flashy with, or a car, or other women, or whatever, which would be what we hear about every day, he decided to invest in his own family. And like, not just hold the $1 million and spend it himself, or give her little bits to stay in control of that money. He trusts her enough to give her $1 million worth of freedom. And he had to make that $1 million, right? So like, if anyone has a problem with that, you really need to think about it twice. With all of the issues that we have in African American / Black community, or brown people overall of color in America, but especially the Black community specifically, and those that call themselves Black specifically, we are like in a crisis moment right now. And especially with rappers in hip hop and trap in those things, like, they are especially ignorant and disrespectful, like evil, ignorant and disrespectful. And this man who, I haven't looked up his age, but I know he's not like 40 or anything. He's young to be making these decisions to do that. Actually, I don't think he's 40. I don't know. I don't follow Gucci Mane. However, whatever his logic is, and actually, I actually, from the feedback, from what I've heard that he gave it to her because he respects her as a businesswoman and he knows that she's going to make money off of it. So he married a smart woman that he trusts, and he gave her the money because he knows that she's only going to make their family richer. That is the way wealthy people think. But instead of praising Gucci Mane for standing up for his woman in a way that is hardly seen, definitely not by someone his age and in his industry, there was Dr. Watkins actually started talking about how poor people, that it's an impoverished mindset that gets into materialism, which makes no sense, because what he did is not materialistic. What he did was smart in so many ways. It was smart financially for his family. It was smart because it built his wife up. It made her powerful, and he wasn't threatened by that. And he openly promoted it, and people were responding saying that it was shallow or it was wrong. And honestly, to me, that sounds mentally ill, because rich people know what's up with that. Okay, they give gifts that benefit their families all the time. That isn't something that impoverished people do at all. We're dealing with single mothers that the numbers are off the charts. As far as men who don't pay child support, men who aren't contributing finances, material. Like, we need materialism in the sense that we need material, and women who have babies should have more material. And if we're going to be successful, like, we need Black men to become more materialistic in that way, not materialistic in the sense of wasting material on material trinkets. But he invested in a woman. She's not material. He invested in his own blood and in his family. So we need to be very clear, that, or where we're coming from. I really feel more what I was getting from the energies from the comments, and even from Dr. Watkins, and I put a comment related to it, with all due respect, because it really is about the issue. I don't want to attack the man, because he's very respectful, and I, anyone who gets on YouTube and shares so much, I really respect him. So I don't want to, the same way he was saying he respects Gucci Mane. It's not personal what I'm saying, but it was a very patriarchal view. Patriarchal. Hey, Donnie, how are you? Happy New Year. I just got on because I'm talking about the push present, which is something that I had never heard of until today. And it's something that I'm very much celebrating. I don't know if you know, but I've started the MotherLOVING movement, which is a movement around changing the culture to love mothers instead of fuck over mothers, like changing the sentiment from motherfuckers to mother lovers. So anyway, in this movement, we've proposed a number of things to change about the culture. And one of those things is valuing the natural contributions that we make as mothers, which is, giving birth and things like that. Like, there needs to be more honoring around that. And what I'm talking about specifically is Gucci Mane gave the mother of his child $1 million as a push present. And that's something that we had a meeting about yesterday, that mothers agree that there should be some kind of an exchange around the level of sacrifice that motherhood requires. So a push present is just one of those things. But the issue is that I understand that you understand that the same way that we're in a society that's very racist, we're in a society that's very patriarchal, and it has been very oppressive for women who are trying to raise children to feel safe in this world. And we have to create more ways of providing the reciprocity, the flow, so that we don't have depleted mothers raising depleted children and for the trauma to continue. So this is really about celebrating what Gucci Mane did. And it's not about the $1 million at all. It's about just valuing mothers and just acknowledging that it's a very serious sacrifice. The thing is, we don't talk about the sacrifice to be a mother, what it takes, like, to prepare, and then to actually give birth, and then to actually then have a being for the rest of your life that you have to take care of. But the birth aspect is not a joke. It is not a game. And when you are pregnant, it is a very serious responsibility to take care of your own body. That's difficult to catch up with. I mean, to keep up with, because like physically, you are very depleted and tired, um, because your body is changing so fast, and you have to keep up. Like you have to eat so much more nutrients. So it's like I love eating food myself very much. I'm a foodie, but while you're pregnant, toward the end, it can get to be pretty stressful because you're really wanting to make sure that the baby has everything that the baby needs. And a lot of times, even when if the baby doesn't, if you don't eat enough for the baby, it's going to take it out of your body, out of the woman's body. So there are a lot of women who end up having a lot of problems after birth, whether it be their calcium comes out of, my mother, I know she lost some teeth, because she had 5 children. She's lost teeth, from the calcium going to the babies. And, my mother also has a protracted uterus, as far as like when women have their uteruses falling out after they have so many children, like our bodies go through a lot. Like as soon as I had my first birth, I had hemorrhoids. I had never had hemorrhoids before. But after you have a baby, that's one of the first things you do. As soon as the baby comes out, it's like all of a sudden your butt looks different and you don't know what happened. And it's just like the list goes on and on. And when women have babies, a lot of times they're locked up. You don't see them because it's so difficult just to maintain without a community anymore because of the way, things are. But even before it became rough, even if you're living a good life, it doesn't even matter. If you have a baby, you need to be honored, and you need to have people understand that you need to rest some to get your body, not your body as far as in shape to look good for anybody, but your body to feel like you have a body, because it kind of needs to come back together. Your organs have to move back. And yeah, it's just a matter of having the conversation and being honest, because women don't complain. We don't complain about these things. And we shouldn't complain. We shouldn't have to let people know, that we need to set up some things systematically to change in our culture. And again, today I just wanted to talk about the push present. For any, women, I want you to take it, to really think about it. Because what's strange is, in talking about this mother-loving movement, I've also noticed that there are women who are against these ideas. And I'm like, what? Like, how can you be against giving money to a mother when she gives birth? Why? Let's say that the man doesn't have many problems. I don't know if people are like identifying with poverty mentality, think you don't have the money. Let's say you have the money. Let's imagine a world where we have the money to do what we need to do. But I'm saying, yes, women have said that they don't support it. In fact, look it up, Donnie. Dr. Boyce Watkins, he just did the video today, and I just watched it. So look it up and watch it yourself. He only talks for a couple of minutes before it goes really bad. He starts talking about how it's a poverty mentality that he gave her $1 million, that only poor people are materialistic like that. But it's like, I don't understand. Materialism is not money. Like, materialism is about investing in things that have no value. That's what materialism is about. But we all need material. We all need money. And we put our blood, sweat, and tears into what earns us the money. So yeah, they were saying that it wasn't a sacred enough gift for her. Really? You think he's a jerk? Well, I mean, tonight I saw that patriarchal wise, he struck me as a jerk tonight, because we at this point, like, I don't know if you're listening to these conversations that women are having these days. Black women are talking about divesting from Black men, like a serious conversation around why continue. Like, that is a serious conversation. And these little things matter. If Black men would just embrace little ways to show love, to get rid of this motherfuckery that has taken over the whole world. We have to change our language, and we have to change the way that we interact with each other. We have to have a little more trust, because if you're coming from a suspicious point of view, then you're always going to point out what the worst of women do, what the worst of men do. But the real situation is that male supremacy is very similar. Hola, Kwame Son Horace. Good to see you. We're talking about the push present, which I don't know if you've heard about it. It was my first time, and it's when women are paid when they give birth. Like, where it's a setup thing where when a woman gives birth, a man gives her a gift. The father gives her a gift for her sacrifice to make that a reality. And the reason why I brought that up is because actually with the MotherLOVING movement, we had actually articulated just yesterday that we felt that was a good thing, but we didn't say a push present because we had never heard of that term before. It's brand new. And I was just blown away today that I happened to get online and I saw that Dr. Boyce Watkins was talking about it on his show today. He was talking about how the rapper Gucci Mane had given the mother of his child who just gave birth $1 million. And I was so encouraged and uplifted by that news, because, like, what if it became a trend for young men to do this? Like, they've been so ignorant as far as the popular people and how they address women generally. And you know what was also really crazy to me is Dr. Boyce Watkins, he started putting down, the idea as far as, $1 million, like why would he feel the need to tell people that? To me, I'm like, we need to hear more of that. We need to celebrate more examples of men who love the women who are having their children, of men who are investing in their families. Like, I want all men who love the women that they're with and who contribute to scream it to the hilltops. We need to hear it. We all need to be uplifted by it, men and women. We need to know that there are people who aren't afraid to love each other and to contribute to each other in such an undeniable way. But Dr. Boyce Watkins was actually speaking against it. He was saying it was materialistic. And then he went on to also say that T.I. was his favorite rapper. Which, like, why would you even start doing that and start talking about how people who grew up with no money, talk more about money than people who don't have money and stuff like that? Because the truth is that what he did was nation building. Rich people do that. That is what rich people do. They give large sums of money to their wives who they're married to, who they're committed. So, we might not hear about it, but, he's a celebrity. And every day we hear of all the buffoonery and the disrespect and, the mother effers and the, people, talking about their sad stories of how, the really terrible demonic things that are going on in relationships. And I honestly was so taken aback that anyone has time to try to find anything negative in the fact that this man took $1 million of his hard-earned money to give to his own family member, his own wife. Yes. It's very encouraging because these are the things that we need to see to have inspiration in the world right now. If men can't love women, you can't trust that a woman can triple your money. Like, if a man trusts his choice in a woman, then he should know that a good woman will triple your money. You give her 1 million, she's going to make you 3 and take good care of you with that money. So I'm just saying that it's just a matter of trust. And so we need to raise the standards of relationships, of the expectations, you know, and we need to praise Gucci Mane. I'm going to start praising his name just for that, because to me, that's an example for men who are much more his senior. To me, he's leading in some eldership to be doing that. That's revolutionary. And I mean, when we were talking about yesterday, we were saying these are revolutionary things, just like if a homemaker gets paid. That's revolutionary. You know, these are the things that we need. We don't need women barefoot and pregnant and down and out and just scraping with their children on their back. It makes no sense. We have to change the paradigm for our families, so our children aren't growing up in trauma and recreating trauma all the damn time. So yes, let us please share the message about the push project, and just, the push present, like really contemplate, if you have a problem with it, why? Like, we need for men to also challenge the patriarchy. We need men to become professed mother lovers, and to not just profess it, but show it in action. Because actually, we have a lot of people who know how to say a lot of things, right? We're in America, and we know that people, the word was that they spoke with forked tongue, master manipulators with the mouth. But what is the substance that comes behind it? Absolutely. Donnie, I'm responding to what you said. Yes. What I heard is that he actually had been on an interview on the Breakfast Club, and said that his wife has made so much money. Like, she's a very smart investor and hustler. Like, when she gets money, she knows what to do with it. She makes money. So, yeah. But if you look at that show, and I guess maybe I'll add it somewhere. I'll add it underneath, when I finish this. Everyone needs to see it, and you'll see, like, after a couple minutes, it goes south into a whole wrong direction. Because I guess I am doing a show on it. I just want to applaud him. I don't know where he got the idea from. It's probably the spirit, really. Yeah. This is the sacred ascension time. And I imagine that spirit just struck his brain with some genius shit. And that is, hey, even though my whole culture tells me to hate women, what if I love mine? Let me see what happens. And let's just watch them, shall we? I am really, really excited to watch Gucci Mane and see what happens. And no matter what happens, what he's done is a good thing. And I want to encourage not just Black men, because it's not even a Black man thing. It's even, the accolades that he should get because he's a Black man. It's hard. But all men at this point in time need to reconsider the status that they have enjoyed. And it is very imperative that you pull your sisters up, because we are there for you. And there's no way that this world is going to continue without being able to honor women. And like I said, I'm not even talking about black, white. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about mothers. I'm talking about mothers. So in the same way that we talk about Black Lives Matter related to white supremacy, I would like for, and this isn't feminism. This is not feminism. This is about Mother Earth. This is about the mother principle, the healing aspect of this world. We need to recognize that I understand that all women aren't perfect, but we need men's protection to, and yeah, provision, as Kwame Sunhorse had says, we need those things in order to be who we need to be. If we're fighting dragons, we can't be the healers that we need to be. And it's just that simple. We love to be healers. And we, at this point, I was going to say, sometimes we don't mind fighting dragons, but no, we really don't want to do that. We don't want to. We can, but it burns our ovaries. It's not good. And the richer we are, the more abundant we are, the happier we are, the more we will do for those that we love. And that's just the reality. So please consider it. It's not, this isn't something where people should be on different sides of this. Every one of us has a mother. And if we can remember our mothers, that if our mothers had been supported as she raised us, then we would have been in better circumstance. So we want all mothers. We want all men too, all fathers. I'm just saying this right now. Again, it's kind of like, the all lives matter thing. Truly all lives matter. And we are one in all of that. But the fact that we are one needs to be recognized by those that are in power, those that have the power. Women don't have the power externally. We have power internally. And we have a lot more to offer if our counterparts will pull us up and allow us to share our gifts. So please, yes, we need a new generational wealth for the next 7 generations. So, this is about basically raising up the matriarchy again, not in the sense of, being against men, but we have to understand that it's natural for us to take care of people. Like, we're not interested in dominating in the same way. Maybe some women are, but we're talking about empowering all women and the feminine principle. Because right now, even the women who are most empowered in our society are the ones who are more like men, the ones who are more cutthroat, the ones who are more manipulative. Those are the ones that are more of the problem. Like, it's a different mentality that we're talking about of the divine feminine, as far as what we even think is important. We want peace and we want love. So thank you for sitting with me and, engaging and receiving, my thoughts. I really feel very passionate about it. And now that we have the Mother Loving movement rolling, I'll ask, please, support us on Facebook. I've created a Facebook page, and it's not, whoever joins. We are starting some initiatives for women to get involved in different ways also, because the mothers are creating our agenda for the Mother Loving movement, but mother lovers include everyone. So we're, everyone is included to be a mother lover as long as you love mothers. We're very happy. And just that statement alone, saying I am a mother lover, is something that we want to institute, because motherfucker has become such a phenomena in our world. The term motherfucker, I know when I was in Ghana is normal, and here in Mexico is normal. Like, everyone says in different languages and stuff, and we have to stop it. and we have to start saying what we need to be, which is mother lovers. So please also consider that, and please also consider purchasing some of the products that are for the mother loving movement, so you can represent and also educate other people, because that's what we need. We need to spread the word that now is the time to love mothers in order to save ourselves and Mother Earth. That is where we all need to go back to. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I will put those links in below the video when I finish. And have a blessed day and keep ascending. Ashe.